subscribe.
Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. We got a little Mike Memories ride, and you're about to journey with me as I drive through the old neighborhood. Now, this is the place that I moved from just about a year and a half ago, maybe a year and 5 months ago. I'm driving through the park. It looks like the basketball court here has been upgraded. I think the basketball court in this park looks nicer. A couple of people playing tennis. It's nice to see people getting their exercise. This is a park that I would drive through. I know you can't see anything. There's a baseball field, and looks like there's some kids playing ball, like an organized baseball game, and the people are wearing masks. Masks. It's a hard word to pronounce. Just Mike's Memories. You know, here I am in my former state, and I was really kind of torn about how much of the nostalgia thing I wanted to go down, and kind of, I've seen a few friends here, but kind of I didn't really announce myself or push myself down anybody's throat. I know with COVID and all that stuff going on, I just didn't want to get into the whole game of making plans with people or trying to, and then them canceling or them not showing up. Or I just know how the people are around here. You know, they all say they're going to do stuff and don't. So I'm not going to allow my spirit to be tortured by their bullshit, so to speak. But the few people I've seen have been pleasant. And the apex, the heart of the dragon, so to speak, of my trip is coming up. So I'm kind of coating my emotional spirit with armor right now. I am going through this area where I used to, and I'll show you a view in a moment when I can. Don't you worry now. We're going to see some interesting things. I will, there's really not a lot of people around here, but there's so much. I was here for, I want to say, a good 10 years. So now we're going to take a little ride. Oh, for crying out loud. And I'll show you some of this area. And it wasn't a bad area. It really wasn't. It was just time to move on. Time to go somewhere else. And time to do some other things. And, you know, I don't know if they say it or if I say it. I guess, try not to look back in anger. Was that an Oasis lyric? Don't look back in anger. And Bob Dylan before them said, simply put, don't look back. That's a Bob Dylan album, just don't look back at all. Or just, the words were don't look back. So here I am, and I guess I'm looking back. I guess I'm reflecting and reminiscing and all that good stuff. You know, I had probably the peak year for me here was the summer of 2011. I was into yoga, of all things, and I was into the Ultimate Warrior motivational videos. And that was, for me, that felt like a good year, a good summer. And I don't know if I enjoyed it quite as much before or after, to be honest with you. This outhouse, or whatever the fuck it is, see, that's like an outhouse, always disturbed me. Now, I would like to pull up on the water, but someone's got their vehicle in my way. So this was always a nice little area. You know what I mean? So Mike's Memories. Yeah, you know, I remember doing stuff. Sometimes I would talk acting with people down here. I remember, for those of you who are real hardcore Mike Messier historians, you might remember my interview with Vince Russo on the Bucket Full of Chicken Necks podcast, Vince's podcast. And this is where we did the interview, or I did my half from this park. I just seen so many podcast interviews where someone's just sitting in a room with a bunch of records or a bunch of action figures in the background or posters, and I want to do something different outdoors. So here I am driving, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not having a traumatic moment driving through this old neighborhood. I'm not, is the word genuflecting? I guess I'm not overly emotional in either a good or a bad way. I mean, it hasn't been that long, a year and a half, but I mean, so much has changed. Driving around this state, I see that the 2 movie theaters I used to go to all the time are thoroughly closed. The coffee house I used to go to that was typically open till 9 or 10 at night is now open only to 6 p.m., which is a bit disappointing. I know that they're trying to stay in business. This laundromat that I went to today to do my laundry, they had a don't stick around for your laundry rule. Like, you had to put your laundry in the machine and leave. So, I mean, this area, now I'm going down the old street, to be honest with you, and I wonder if I'll see any of the old neighbors, and I don't. Everybody looks like they're inside, but I'm driving by the old apartment. Reminds you of that Bare Naked Ladies song. I mean, I was not a Bare Naked Ladies fan. A lot of people like to compare and contrast me to members of that band, as in thinking that I looked like I could be a member. I do see the old neighbor, like, I don't know if I should go say hi or not. I'm leaning towards not. I guess there's a certain coldness to me and my enigma, my spirit, or I don't know if enigma is the word, but just, I guess I'm not that cold if I'm here. But in some regard, I feel like a ghost in the machine, and I don't know. I just feel like there was a reason why I left this area, and I'm not to say I'm glad. Well, I am glad I left, but I realized that, my leaving, who knows? Maybe some people are upset that I left, confused, or they don't give a fuck. That's probably that's always the saddest part of leaving, is thinking that people care that you're gone when they don't. You know what I mean? Like, you always want people to care and give a shit, but oftentimes, they have their own lives. Another ass will fill your seat is the greatest expression of them all. And so I'm just kind of going through this. I thought I might have more insightful things. I mean, I'm just kind of reflecting. Like, there's a moment where I had to walk, like half a mile. My car at one point got smashed into, broken into, and I had to walk down this treacherous road to, like, drop off my fucking car and then walk home, and a little scary, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. I think I'll go get gasoline now. There was always a nice fellow who would sell me gasoline. Family business, international folks, we can say, who own this little gas station, and I would always go there to get gasoline, and they'd always treat me with the utmost respect. So I'll go see if they're there. There's a couple of guys that sold sandwiches. Maybe I'll stop by, but I don't even want a sandwich. I'm properly fed. I can tell that this area has suffered through COVID more than I've suffered in my new locale down south. Like, this area has really taken a wallop. The governor of this state, she did a lot of, there's a business that's out of business now, but the gas station's open. But the governor of this state really did a whole lot of closing and regulations, and hey, who's to say what's what? Okay, so the gas station's kind of open, but it's got all these fucking, you can't get gas. So you can go in and say hello, but apparently you can't get gasoline. It's out of order. So I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just leave. Okay. All right.
From the next week, brother. We are closing right now.
Oh, okay, no problem. See you, buddy. Good to see you. How are you? All right. How you doing? Nice fellows. Everyone's nice. Family business. But, I mean, do they expect me to wait a week to get gas? I mean, you know, I appreciate the heads up, but I came to get gas now. It's one of those deals. I know that they don't think I'm going to not drive for a week, but it was nice to call me brother. That's always pleasant. Here's the old liquor store on my left, your right, perhaps. Liquor. Hardly know her. Walgreens. Boy, oh boy. In Rhode Island, it's always what used to be. Here's the Newport Creamery. That was always pleasant. You know, there's a waitress I could go say hi to, a little old lady. But she would work the morning shift. There was another waitress there that was slow as molasses. So, like, you always cringed a little if you get the slow waitress. Just really slow. Like, you know, like, it's okay if you're just trying to kill time. Now, this used to be a YMCA. It used to be another gym, and now it's called Community Wellness, which is kind of a weird name for a gym. Still looking for gasoline. I don't know if I should go see these two brothers or not. In fact, I drove by where they were, to be honest with you, so I don't know if I really... I don't know. I've just never been someone for reunions. I've never been someone to go back. I like to move forward, you know. I mean, what's that? Rolling stone gathers no moss. And it's kind of a tough way to live, I guess. It's a difficult way to live when you don't allow people to get too close, or you're afraid of getting your feelings hurt from people, so you kind of keep your distance. And with this social distancing, that's just been reinforced with a lot of people. And I think a lot of people like myself, perhaps, connect more online than in true humanity. There's like a fear, almost, of real human interaction. Just the way of the world now. I guess I haven't learned, folks, how to integrate that onlineiness to the real worldiness. You know, I don't know if anyone has, or many people have, and just you see these fucks, like these tycoon assholes that seem to have it all worked out, and they're always jet setting and doing, like, I wake up at 5 in the morning and I jump in a bowl of Jello and I splash around for 20 minutes. You know, freezing Jello, it reinvigorates my soul, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to splash around in cold Jello like Tony Robbins, or he doesn't really do Jello. He just does cold shower every morning. It's just, it seems a little weird to me. Here's a Burger King. You know, this strip of the hood was, the Burger King's totally remodeled, and I don't like it. It looks too weird now. It's weird looking. They've remodeled it. I don't like it. It's weird looking. That Burger King used to have a porch on the outside. I once had a nice breakfast with Paul London, the wrestler, on the porch, and it looks horrible now. It just looks like a fucking box. There's no porch at the burger. I mean, I'm distraught about that. This strip was actually the one place in the world where a McDonald's went out of business. Boy, here's a painful memory, or a memory. This restaurant I used to go to all the time, this Asian restaurant, many memories, too many memories to name. Many family dinners, many situations. Just a lot of memories. Advance Auto Parts, the Salvation Army. I'd go there often and buy stuff, give stuff away. They're closed, of course. Not permanently. I don't know. Liquor. More alcohol for these winos, derelicts. There's a porn store. I never went in there. Intimate Essentials. Yeah. print world, something from like the 1980s. Oh God, just going down the strip, TJ Maxx. There's always attractive women that work there, it seemed. Dollar Tree, many a time. Walt's roast beef, I always had mixed feelings about. You know, just kind of a weird place. We had potato salad. I am going to need to purchase gas soon, but I just thought I'd share this moment. And I don't know if I'm having any great memories or just feeling like I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel odd, or I don't feel much. I feel like I want to get back to where I left from, to be honest. You know, I don't know. The weather gets so cold here. It's fucking April, late April. It's still chilly. Here's a fucking church. Boy, pardon my French, but I'm French. Another church. Just a lot of stuff. Dental office. I mean, you know, mobile station. I guess I could. Pulling up on a fucking job lot and just, I don't know. Not that anyone gives a shit. You just see stuff and you think about it. Taekwondo place. Fantastic Sam's, another fucking Dunkin' Donuts. All these things. So I was the Kingstown Bowl, you know, the fucking overpriced pizza. You think that you're gonna, I can't speak for you, but you think you're gonna have all these thoughts or wonderful things to say, but sometimes it's just a little overwhelming, you know. It's just too much. It's too much to handle. Just Walgreens, Domino's. I mean, I guess I was here for a while, but I felt like I never felt happy here, to be honest with you. And the word I would say is just the weather, you know, or two words, weather, one word. I just feel like the weather, the cold weather, prevented me from having any happiness. And unfortunately, because I was here for so long, that unhappiness compounded for year after year until the unhappiness and the disdain for life just became the norm. So it's like I have to teach myself to be happy, or at least somewhat not miserable. But it's not a lot of time left. I mean, how many? And then I just think about all the years wasted in this god-awful weather. And of course, people will always give you the goddamn happy jerk cliches of, oh, it wasn't wasted time, you did all, you know, but it's like, you know, can I just have my thoughts? People never want you to just think, you know what I mean? You can't just say, hey, you know, this weather really fucked me. People always want to give you some flip side of the equation in an attempt to make you feel better, or just to bandage your emotions, or to make themselves feel better. People typically don't want to hear you complain about shit, you know, like, it's not the age of complaining, because people are sick of it, because they get their own complaints. I bought a couple of cards today at the Dollar Tree. A friend of mine, unfortunately, someone close to this individual, passed away. So I bought the old sympathy card, or whatever you call it. It was more of an encouragement card. I figured they'd get enough sympathy cards. I got the encouragement card, which was something to the effect of the stones will sharpen, or whatever the fuck. What are you going to do? And then it's like, I want to find the person's address without asking for it. Because it's like, what's your address? I'm going to send you a 50-cent fucking encouragement card. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Oh. So any effing fucking way. I guess I really need to get this gasoline about now. This place I didn't go to a whole lot. Here's this VFW thing. I once did extra work, like for Dan in Real Life, the Steve Carell movie. That's where the extras work holding was, and a vegan party was there. And I guess I have a lot of memories. I just don't. There's something about it where I guess the whole time I was here, I felt a certain disconnect, and I don't know how, coming up in my old chiropractor's office, that was always kind of fun. I'm trying to take a left turn, but this fuck won't let me in the lane, which is typical. You know, these fucking assholes. Oh. It is what it is. You know, I just don't know what to say. And there's always some fuck right behind.